Accountability is like a bookmark. That's right, a bookmark. If you stop the book, how will you know where you left off? What progress you've made? For every mistake you make, there's a lesson somewhere. It's not about how many mistakes you make that define you. It's what you do and how you hold yourself accountable. That's what defines you. If you can't hold yourself accountable, you'll keep repeating and repeating that mistake, like you keep reading and rereading that same page without a place to stop. If you've ever known someone who's dealt with addiction, you'll know yourself how damaging lack of accountability can be. Addicts aren't worried about how it'll affect their relationships, their jobs, or even their family. All they care about is their next fix. That's it. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the addict in this case. Addiction is a disease, and one of its symptoms is zero accountability. Accountability causes you to think how your choices and actions will affect your life. It encourages you not to just better yourself, but to improve the world around you. Without accountability, we are all like addicts, seeking pleasure, lying, and avoiding the consequences of our actions in pursuit of our next high. On the other hand, let's take a look at what real accountability looks like. It looks like someone who doesn't make excuses when things don't go well. They don't run from their problems, and they don't shirk responsibility onto others. They own up to their mistakes and learn from them. Instead of just apologizing because they'll look bad if they don't, they apologize because it's the right thing to do. They don't repeat their behavior. They look inward at themselves. Everyone looks up to accountable people. Everyone. It's respectable when people admit they were wrong. Many of you know Robert Downey Jr. as one of Hollywood's greatest stars and for his famous roles as Tony Stark and Sherlock Holmes. However, you probably didn't know he was on the verge of quitting his career in acting and was sentenced to 3 years in prison for possession of heroin, cocaine, and an illegal firearm. All of his future achievements almost down the drain. But after his time in prison, he didn't make any excuses for his mistakes. He could have blamed his exposure to substance abuse his whole life. Instead, he was accountable and decided to better himself and take any opportunity he saw, which eventually landed him his big break, Iron Man. Accountability is contagious, but so is the lack of accountability. When people see an accountable leader, they themselves will want to be accountable. When people in power aren't accountable, why should the people they lead be accountable either? When that happens, we all become addicts. It sets a bad example for our entire community. And if you want to ruin a society, get rid of accountability.